Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. It's a ladder game on Syrtis Major. It's an X10 map. And we got Dr. Soviet, who has started casting again. Check out the description or my subscriptions on my channel to find his casts. And over here we have C, known by previous names. And yeah, two good players. And both playing Cybran. Heals 2016. Let's see how they decide to do this. Soviet making all. Oh, he's making four mexes, and then the Hydro. No P-gens before the Hydro, so that's quite mass heavy, greedy. C is just making two mexes and then the Hydro, so he's gonna have to be pretty quick on the reclaim. Well, he's going to expand now with the next engineer. So generally we'll see some couple of land factories up on the cliff here, edge built by the ACU. So you usually get second land. The air is a bit later. Don't usually go for a bomb or anything. You have some anti-air in mid, so you want to be careful you don't fly over that. And you also want to be careful if you're making any labs, you don't send them through mid as well. I did that in my last game here, which is not good. So C starts his factory. You can see the air factory is a lot later than the land factory. So he's going to probably get some reclaim, expand here, get this reclaim down here. It's a lot of it. Soviet looks a bit behind actually on his factory, probably because he was walking around with his ACU building mexes and that slowed him down. Let's speed it up. Let's see what he's going to build out of this factory. He hasn't queued up anything. So after 6 engineers, we have a tank and a scout, followed by a lot more engineers. I have less engineers for C. Now quickly adding more build power on top. He's probably going to walk all the way over here to stop any raiding on his top expansion. You can see there's 7 mexes here and a Hydro, very important. Also a lot of reclaim all under all these cliffs. Some rocks have fallen down. Soviet only built one factory up here, and he has a lot of mass in the bank, so he really should be just throwing down 2 factories right now, or at least one, like right now. I would say he could be at risk in a minute. Could be well behind in tanks if he's not adding factories a bit faster than this. So I'm gonna build them up here. Has the build power around. You see a lot of engineers and very few tanks, so quite greedy. If you do just go for tanks, really punish someone like this. I mean, a tank here to kill these engineers could definitely be done. There could already be a tank here or 2 mantis here, and just kill a lot of build power up top. Kill expanding engineers that are reclaiming and stuff. A lot of damage can be done when people are greedy like this. See how many tanks? He still has like 2 tanks right now, I think. 2 tanks. 3 tanks now. That's just... Okay, 15 tanks for C, but they're all on the wrong side of the map, and these ones here are blocked by the ACU, who's now building a PD, so can't get past here. If he had the tanks on the top side, he could actually do damage. Soviet says the worst start ever. Well, maybe not ever. It's not his best. Problems for C. only has 2 engineers here building power. You really need to add like, you need at least 3 very fast. Like right after the air factory's done, you need like 3 engineers. And you're gonna need to add another one pretty quick as well because you get so much reclaim. If you're getting the reclaim properly and expanding properly, then you gotta have like 3-4 engineers spamming power almost straight away on a map like this, or on this specific map anyway. Couple of enterprising mantis, killer radar and some engineers, being pretty annoying. 3 kills each, not bad at all. Definitely worth it. And actually some damage done up here. So C is already in mid with his ACU. Doesn't have to sit around here, build a PD or anything. He has the units to defend, so no need to wait. Just go straight to mid. Has his Medusa, and he's gonna take all this out and maybe get most of the reclaim. He's taking a lot of damage from this PD though. That's pretty bad. Oh, he's lost 2k. Soviet helps him out. And C is chewing on the reclaim. There's a lot here in this quantum gateway. They cost about, it costs what, 3,000 mass to build, and 81% of that is here. And C is getting all of it. Let's see if he's overflowing. He is actually overflowing, so that's quite bad. Starts his mechs is a bit late and doesn't really have the power to use this. It's probably a bad decision here to take it. I mean, it's not the worst. It means Soviet doesn't get any of it, but maybe he could have just waited, defended it, and then maybe even built a mass storage early on. Really, you need some preparation, so you need to add a lot of power just as you're reclaiming it, or just before you reclaim it, or you need some mass storage to put it in. But worst comes to worst, I mean, he takes it all and Soviet gets none of it, even if C wastes it. Better than Soviet getting it. And now we sort of have stabilizing part of the game, and we see some tech switch. T2 land is already done. T2 engineer coming out. Air not doing much. A lot of scouting from Soviet. Have some air scouts around. You can see what's going on. Looking for holes, but it doesn't look like he has very many tanks at all. Quite similar, although more tanks and less arty for C, which is better for him now. Although on the top side, he's kind of at risk because these are mostly Medusa, and the Mats are just going to run into them and kill them with ease. And maybe he can actually do some damage with this, trying to run past. Medusa can kill stuff from up here. He could probably even kill the factory from up here with the Medusa. So it might be better to just camp here and do damage for free, not give any reclaim. But yeah, he gets cut out, and you get a very bad formation when you try and run in like this. And your whole army gets spread out. It's very bad for your units, and you sort of get squashed against the side. And see, almost finished the gun upgrade. Soviet has nothing. Doesn't have any tanks in mid, and he's just focused on trying to get through here and do some damage. So if C just pushes now he should get stealth very quickly here. Or maybe, well, fuck stealth, just run in. He has the gun, he needs to move. Where's the ping? Where's the ping marker? You can't do pings as an observer. I don't think it would help anyway. Yeah, just idle with the ACU. Run. Also, should reclaim the walls here to allow the units to stream in after his ACU. Soviet is walking away now. He's walking back towards middle, wants to kill some Medusa. I think he should Yes, now he's running. But C is not running. Oh, he's gonna let him get out of range. Oh, that's sad. And meanwhile, up here, I think this is why. It's because C is trying to react to this damage that's been inflicted here. And he really doesn't want this factory to go down. It would slow him down a lot. It would slow down getting the reclaim. And there is significant reclaim. It would also slow down getting the mexes back. And more aggression here from Soviet. He could come after upgrading mechs. That would be a great kill to get. C's ACU is just not doing anything. All the units have been sent back now to try and defend against this crap. He has enough units here. And really sending the units back from his ACU just means he can't do anything with his ACU. So, very big missed opportunity here. I think he could have got the kill on Soviet. Soviet was in range of the gun commander, had no upgrade, no real unit support, had just switched to T2. So he's sort of waiting for those support factories to finish. He doesn't have much production. And C could have got a kill there, I think. Or at the very least done a lot of damage to the ACU and scared him away. Maybe he could have finished him with air. Never know. But bit of a misplay. He has cleaned up the raids though. And that leaves a lot of reclaim. He needs to grab this quick. There's quite a lot here. About 3k on the screen. Some of that is natural reclaim though. But now Dr. Soviet has a lot of rhinos. So this is about the time, you know, the factory has been up for a while, producing rhinos. Now his support factories are up and producing. So right now he has a very strong army in comparison to what C has, which is just a lot of 2-1. Although he does have 9 rhinos now, so decent army for him. Only a single support factory. And we need to see a lot more Medusa, I think. Help those rhinos out. Quite even now. This is aggressive from Soviet. Stealth with this would be pretty nice. You could actually make some moves and not get a massive reaction from all of C's units. This is a bit of a suicide, it looks like. If these units come down, the ACU comes down, this army is going to be trapped and just going to leave mass for C to collect. Topside still just constant battles and no more damage being done for Soviet. And now the ACU arrives. The Rhinos had a lot of good fights there where they were superior to C's army, but yeah, he also could have caught all those Rhinos, to be honest, with the ACU. Lost a lot of units here. You can see they have a lot of kills. 11, 8, 9. And they're still alive. Yeah, C not using his commander as well as he should be. We have a little 2-1 drop here. And some Rhinos getting in. And bombers are going to deal with them. 2-1 bomber's quite good at dealing with stuff that gets in behind your base. Unless of course that stuff is flak that gets in behind your base, but that's not really too likely. Rhinos meeting their arch nemesis, the walled T1 PD. Fortunately, there's a single Medusa to stun it for them. Now they run into little Mantis army that they gobble up. Well, or they just run away from. And still these rhinos are alive. Well, some of them anyway. This guy has 18 kills. Pretty nice. See the power of the rhino versus those mantis. We have a lot of power for Soviet. Surely he can't be using all this. Yeah, he's not. You don't really need 3 T2P gens, I don't think, at this stage. Could recycle some power here. Get a bit of mass back. He has just about finished T3 land, and he's quite a bit ahead of C on that one. Although he's on the way, almost halfway there now. A lot of mass in the bank for him. And looking at the kill ratio, it's massive for Soviet, and this is because of the rhinos. Just the effectiveness of them versus the mantis. I mean, look, this guy has 1,000 vet points, 900 on this guy, so it's very, very effective. And we have a little drop here, another rhino drop. Soviet making good use of the transports here, and only T1 transports, not even investing in T2. Now the bombers arrive to spoil the party, and he's going to leave some reclaim. T3 land is out. We have an NG out. Should always try and get a T3 NG out pretty quick. You never know when you're going to need a SAM, and you're going to need to make a T3 PGen sooner or later, most likely. Always handy to have one around rather than have to build one and you desperately need to start that PGen. Yeah, this gun ACU. 2 kills. Not the best use. Looking at the income, almost dead even. C has a lot more total mass, double the reclaim as well. So Soviet really doing the attacking, putting a lot of pressure on. And also, well, Soviet lost all the mid reclaim. But yeah, Soviet being very aggressive, send these rhinos in here, a lot of attacks back here. Thought something might have died in the base here, but no. We have T3 PGen started. And we have T2 PGen, T2 Maxes here. Oh, and a TML, and it already has a kill on something. I'm not sure what, but something that costs about 450 mass. More units trying to get in behind. I really don't think this is a good idea. I mean, there are T2 Mexes down here to kill, but what's the likelihood you actually get past? And there's a wall here. You don't have stealth to get past. It's a bit of a donation. Juicy Rhino reclaim there for C to grab. TMD in the base now. A random T2 PGen in the middle of nowhere. Lisa has a TMD with it. TMD here as well. And so the TML hasn't done that much. Probably could take out this raider. That would be decent. Pretty large fight. A single brick now. And the rest of the units are T1 and T2. This brick doing quite well at the back of the army, but it's finally taken out. And now brick from C comes in. And there's not much defending in the middle. There's a lot of loyalists coming out of the factory here. What I've seen, the brick is what you really want most of the time. Oh, that's a lot of dead T2 Mexes. All these Mexes were T2 and they're all dead now. Overcharge comes in, doing a lot of damage to the brick, but not quite enough. And the brick is gonna run away, try and survive as long as possible and do as much damage as possible. Another drop, 2 loyalists in the back. There's T2 Mex to kill here, and maybe he can even kill some power or more Mexes. As we have a push on the left side where there's some exposed Mexes here to be killed. Rhino and Medusa combo, and a brick is dropped, and it's going to attempt to stop this army. Doing a lot of damage here. kiting well, and now, oh, a lot of Medusa on the cliff just took out this shield and radar and the TML as well. Very nice. And they can actually hit the T2 mechs from up here. These T2 mechs is going down as well. The Medusa gonna do the damage. Fadeaway shots. This brick still has taken 0 damage, but is not in a position to actually defend the mechs. So nice damage, and now he's just going to try and run away and try and leave as little reclaim here as possible. On this side, however, doesn't look like he can get away at all, and it's just going to be a bit of a donation. Didn't quite manage to kill the mechs. Killed the TML, T2 radar. We have a lot of dead T1 and some dead T2 here as well. A lot of fighting going on, but the attack was repelled. No real damage done, it seems. The drop of Loyalists did some damage, but I think probably bombers took care of that. And we still have a brick over here. I think this is a brick that was dropped already that killed a lot of T2 mechs. Oh, this is dead as well. So damage done on either side, and now we sort of chill for a moment until this drop lands. The transport is quite damaged, so who knows if it'll get through. Oh, it won't actually. Look at that. It's three inties coming for it. And now the question is who can grab all their reclaim faster, who can actually put it into more bricks. These are being recaptured. These are not queued up yet. That's a bad sign. Need your dead mechs queued up almost as soon as they die. Straight away. Raids that don't look efficient can become efficient if you don't take care to rebuild as fast as possible. But his transport survived. Those 3 inties did not actually catch him. Well, he might get a drop yet. We shall see. Now let's see the armies right now. Well, we have 10 bricks, 41 rhinos. That's a lot of rhinos. We need more Medusa, honestly. We have about almost 30k mass in troops, and oh, 16k. Look at this. The damage that C could be doing right now. He could be pushing. Needs to really gather maybe 2 armies together, and then there's not really anything Soviet can do to stop both of them, considering C has about twice the mass worth of army here. Now a lot of it is rhinos, and he should not continue building so many of them. But oh, there's so much damage he could be doing. If he just needs to push. This is the time. Look at that, T3 mechs. That's Soviet right there. Do we have any T3 mechs? I don't think so. Not on this side. And the transport gets caught. I think that was the low HP one. Those are the Medusa there. Had 10 brave little soldiers there. Yeah, this moment right now, this is a wasted time here for C. The longer he stays in his side of the map, he doesn't really have... Did he lose? Yeah, he lost his T2 radar, so he's rebuilding it. It's taken a little while because the heavy mass stall. But we gotta see some damage. Gotta see some damage from him. We have here 8 bricks, 17 rhinos. Okay, T2 radar's up. Now you can see, look here, nothing here. This looks like mostly Medusa. On the bottom side, not that much, but you know, there's 4 bricks, 5 bricks, some Loyas. Decent force on the bottom, but here there's very, very little. That's a strange drop. Why did they drop there? Well, I missed where the command was given to, but I guess it wasn't there. Right into an army. T3 mechs now. Good reaction from C. Spotted Soviet's T3 mechs and responded in kind. It's a good rule of thumb in FAF. Your opponent has T3 land, then maybe you should make T3 land. Your opponent has a T3 mechs, you should probably think about making one. If you can't easily kill his. Or maybe even if you can. 2 T3 mechs actually from Soviet, and just the one so far from C. And now let's take a look at the armies. 23,000 here, and you'll notice that there are no rhinos left. So this is much better mass to have. This is mass into bricks. Now there's quite a lot of loyalists, maybe too many, but most of the mass is into bricks here. Which is better than having your mass and rhinos, for sure, by a long way. And we have 33,000. We still have a big lead here for C in terms of just the mass value of his army. And he has the brick lead as well, even though proportionally less of his mass in bricks. So we gotta see damage done. And he also has five T3 gunships. So much potential for damage here. We have a lot of exposed mexes. I don't see any flak. Oh, a single flak. That's all I see in this army, which can be instantly popped by these gunships. What's the Air Force like? Well, we have some ASF out, but only 4 of them. These mechs are going to disappear in a fraction of a second. And there they go. And another T2 mechs back here will also go down. And here come the ASF. Now there's not many inties here at all, actually. So these gunships are likely to get absolutely massacred. Although, oh yeah, now the inties from Soviet come in. Now we have some flak trying to hit ASF. Doesn't usually work too well. And we have a drop. 2 more bricks dropped into this expansion just after the mexes have been rebuilt. And there's nothing to defend. The gunships could probably defend, but they're still getting killed by ASF, and there's a pretty decent ASF production here. He's now switched to a strap bomber. And C completes his second T3 mechs here. 5 T2 mexes went down here. And some of the gunships have survived. Retreats to the SAM. That's why it's so nice to have a SAM. Somewhere to hide. And this army has only a single brick, and it's the rest of it's T2. That is not where you want to try and make up your ground. This is the place to push. This army up here is so strong. 12 bricks. And 16 rhinos. But he can't see what's happening. There's stealth here, I think. Oh, look at the stealth field. And the micro is not too great, but the army is just far too strong. He's going to run over this. Can also now kill. It's just finished support factory. The mexes. At this point, you control K the mexes and reclaim them, I think. And maybe also the support factory, because... well, he doesn't want to. He wants to try and defend with the strats versus this army. Some ASF from C come in trying to snipe the strap bombers. Look at the damage. Both done over 2,000 damage there. 2,000 mass worth of damage. Because of the big splash. But he's still going to lose this expansion. There's a lot of reclaim now left here. So many dead bricks. This is by far the biggest reclaim field I think we've seen in the game. And it's on Soviet side. And he looks to have, well, he very definitely has air control. His army is still getting absolutely crushed. But the damage, look, he's hitting almost every brick here with these passes, and now even a gunship comes out. And this army has to run away. There's no anti-air with it. And it's just gonna get killed. And now, oh, that's a, it's not pretty. Not a pretty Shift G move there. Does not look good. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, don't give Shift G move orders. In general. Oh, now the arties are coming in to try and... Oh, the AoE on these things. Well, it looked like they actually missed most of their shots, as befits a Medusa. That could have been really, really bad if he had used those Medusa a bit earlier and they didn't actually just miss. He probably could have done massive damage with them, but oh well. Still did a lot of damage with the bricks. Got good fights. And with these bricks, he can just walk up. If he can get to this point here, or even nearly there, he can kill these mexes. Thanks to the very long range of the bricks. More T3 mexes from Soviet Pride. Oh, that's an on-storage mex, but oh, it's getting storaged. We want 2, 3, 4 T3 mexes, it seems. And we have a spider bot halfway completed. Gonna fuel it with this mass income from the reclaim field, and actually there's another big army moving in from C to try and deny this. Now on top of moving 10 bricks, he needs to also move 20 engineers. Oh, it looks like we had another drop, maybe? Another one? Either he's slow rebuilding, or this just got killed again. I'm not sure. Could just be a bit of a slow rebuild. T3 mechs, T3 mechs, T3 mechs just about finished. So we're gonna have pretty even T3 mechs count. Oh, this is very bad for C. A lot of bricks getting left here, and already engineers moving in to take the reclaim, and that's... Oh, that's devastating. Losing that many bricks is very, very bad. His whole army on the bottom side just got annihilated, and Dr. Soviet is left with 5, 6 bricks left over there. And now his Monkey Lord is finished. So now let's take a look at the cost of this land army. 38,000 mass. C. Oh, 38,000 mass. Still has 30 rhinos left over. He's actually never stopped building the rhinos, and that's a really bad mistake, really. He has, well, he's building a lot of flak out of these factories, but he has 3 factories building what looks like rhinos on repeat for the whole game. Well, since he's had those factories up, and that's just not efficient in comparison to putting that mass into T3 air, T3 land, mexes, all that other good stuff. Rhinos just don't cut it at this stage of the game. Let's see the kill ratio. Still good for Soviet, but it sort of came back towards C there. When he did have the larger army, he was able to get better fights. It's the nice thing about having a bigger army. It's actually even more efficient, not just bigger. And this Monkey Lord forcing C to retreat. He has 11 bricks, 23 rhinos. I feel like he could maybe kill this. It would be It would be close, but right now he's retreating, and his units are taking damage as they retreat. Also getting caught in the... Oh, yeah, you see how fast those rhinos disappear. And look, it's catching up and taking free kills. And it's just gonna farm veterancy that way. So we need all the bricks gathered in the one point to stand against the spider bot. And there's a lot of bricks on the bottom side. We have about 12 here. Exactly 12 here. So it's half his bricks. He needs to move at least some of them up here so he can actually stop this. Bricks can stop a spider bot. You're gonna need a few of them, and look, they're just getting farmed. He's just getting picked off one by one. Can't run away. The Soviet is just charging him down. And now Soviet gonna try and micro away, try and keep the rhinos away from him. Try and get as many kills as he can. See the bricks having to chase him down now to actually shoot, and he hasn't lost much HP, and he's about to get a vet level as well, a second vet. Now bricks coming in behind. A lot of T3 gunships looking for somewhere to do some damage. And we're on 2 vets for the Monkey Lord. 25k HP. He's taken a lot of damage from these 2 gunships though, which have not been killed yet. And we have quite a bit of mass in the bank, so needs to look into spending that. Tries to get a little raid pass. Well, I guess a big raid. It's 5 bricks. And he might actually be successful. And what can stop the spider bot now? So many bricks have died to it. And even more rhinos, so many rhinos. And all these bricks over here just out of position. See, could have, if he had been pulling these bricks back this way, then he could have just sandwiched the spider bot, could have killed it. With the spider bot still alive, regenning, there's even a brick back here, gonna maybe kill some mexes. The spider bot can farm some vet here again, off the mexes. And it looks just about done. There's no spider from C even started, no interest in making that. And Soviet still looks to have very dominant air control, although he's not really making use of it. Still allowing gunships to do a lot of damage. It's the only reason this spider bot is even on low HP is the gunships. Oh, he's so close to his 3rd vet. There it is. Another bit of an HP boost. More regen. And now we have an air fight. That Soviet wins. And we have a lot of air production here. He probably won't even need full T3 mechs in the base. And all we need is, well, Omni would be good. Oh, what's that? A Soul Ripper. That's what might end the game. He has a lot of T2 engineers to build it as well. No hives. So much mass in the bank. You can probably shouldn't even stall with this. Costs about how much? Oh, we do have an Omni. Costs about 30k or a bit more even. Where is the T3 engineer? Yeah, 34k. Spiderbot moves into the main expansion and is looking for another vet. It's not going to get quite far from the 5th one, but it got 4 vets there. Massive amount of kills. Entire top expansion is dead. This expansion lost all its mexes. And really, the spider completely decided the game there. Soviet already had some very nice advantages like that T3 air, but the spider sealed the deal. Did so much damage, killed so many bricks, and Now Soviets winning in all areas, and the Soul Ripper, the icing on the cake to end the game. You can go over here and click on the commander, I think, and that will be that. Let's see the anti-air. We have some flak, not much. A lot of it down here, about to get killed by all these bricks. I have 2 SAMs. They're not not shielded. And we have a few ASF, 9 ASF. Definitely not enough to kill a Soul Ripper. Can't wait to run into another 20 brick army. Well, yeah. There was a lot of bricks. Oh, flak. Flak destroying ASF. But now the Soul Ripper's here. Gets targeted by the ASF. And it's only lost 10k, 15k. Shields flashing on and off. He doesn't have power. And the ACU is gonna die very shortly. GG. Well played Soviet. And well played C. I think we saw where maybe C went wrong was when he had the much more powerful army. Had a lot more mass in his units and didn't use them at that time, and then they became, well, less efficient. Soviet got other advantages like T3 air after that, which then stopped the use of units, and the strats did a lot of damage to his army. But before that, he could have done a lot of damage. He had so many rhinos and a good portion of bricks to help them out. And maybe if he had pushed around the place or done some drops at that time, he could have won this, or maybe should have won this. Soviet sort of gets better the longer the game goes on. Obviously a great team game player, knows how to play late game, knows how to eco and make those T3 mexes and experimentals. And yeah, well played, nice game. Hope you enjoyed this. Please send me replays if you spot them in the vault, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you will tune in for the next one. See you then.